Thank you to Bruder for sending us this replay. As we get in, we're looking at a Namor Hulk combo. We see this quite a lot on this map. I think Namor is exceptionally good on this first point particularly. There's lots of high ground. There's lots of ways to flank and drop down as well. As you see them backed up by Strange and a Rocket, who as well I think is also really good. And on the other side, they're looking at Groot Emma with a Scarlet as well. I think Scarlet is also someone to look out for and can be really, really good. But the Namor may make this really difficult for them. As you see already, being looked at, forced to use the bubble cooldown. So they're going to have to kind of back up and use this high ground. As we see already, there's a kill from Full Moon on that Punisher. Gets the pick off on the Scarlet Witch to start this off, as now the red team come back in and get a nice couple of pickoffs with the Groot and the Luna getting 2 pickoffs respectively and taking the point off the back of it. So early take from the red team to get the point going in their percentage. And I think with a Groot as well, this is going to make it really difficult to push back in. The Punisher is a good answer to the Groot. We know this is a good way to try and deal with the walls, but they're going to have to try and walk in past this with the Groot already online. It's going to be tough. The Rocket ult is ready for if they need it. As we see them trying to maneuver around the side, and there it is. Gets 3 of them, but the Hulk bubble coming in from Doodoo was absolutely massive. Saves them completely on that play, and then jumps in to put the pressure on top of it. The Rocket ult goes down as well. Biggie gets a nice pick off on that Star-Lord. And it looks like there's a good fight for the blue team as we see Full Moon on the Judge Jury Executioner trying to look up top side. Does get the invis somehow, even though he's not really looking at them. Feels like wasting quite a lot of this ult trying to get those topside players, but does get the pickoffs needed. As you see Emma on the flip side, Matsumi popping that pinging, popping the mind control to try and get some pings, but he's kind of alone, so it's going to be for nothing. Gets the grab, but he's going to go down off the back of Big E here on this Namor, chasing them down. Just a quick interruption to say, if you're enjoying the video, I'm going to be doing this live on stream every Tuesday. So you can submit your own games and I will live cast it on stream for you. So if you want to submit your games, the details will be down below in the description and the link to the Discord to post it in. And I will also be getting some guest casters in to do some duo casting live on stream as well. So come and join us live. It's super fun. The community is really nice and I'd love to have you, and I'd love to get a chance to check out your gameplay. So you might as well do the subscribe thing while you're here as well. But enjoy the rest of the video. Namor flop could be the big difference maker in this fight. We see Scarlet Witch building up their ult, but goes down to a really nice pick off from the Rocket. That timing is going to be great for them. And there's the Eye of Agamotto. Huge from Jiggy. Gets quite a few in the back line. Gets 1 pick off the back of it as well. Monster gets a second. And they've still got these double ults to play with. The Namor has been such a nuisance in this back line, making it so difficult. And this is what we talked about. We said Namor was going to be good on this map. These flank angles make it really, really tough. As the Scarlet Witch comes in and just bubbling in their face for posturing. That was completely unnecessary from Big E, but just throws out to say, hey, come at me. You can't make it through this water bubble because apparently water is stronger than Scarlet Witch. And still holding on to this flop here. And they're kind of spawn holding them. This is going to have to be some big commitment from the red team to try and push back in here. They've got the Star-Lord ult. And they've got the invis. They're going to have to pop the invis, I think, just to try and push them back. Because at the moment, they're getting full held. And there's the Rocket ult to keep them all in play and keep them on this top side as we see the damage boosting as well, putting in so much work with these duelists being able to just pound them back to their spawn. And I don't know what you do here as red. Still holding on to this whale. Saving it for next game. And they're just, this is just some BM coming in right here. They're trying to TP, but the Hulk gets in there, stops the TP from happening, gives their life for it. Oh no, the TP actually goes off. That's crazy. I thought they stopped it. And tries to Groot up, but goes down before they can get it off. And that's a massive waste from the Groot. That's so unfortunate. And I think that's going to be so tough for them to get back in off the back of it. Monster with this Lunar ult can keep them up in stall for as long as needed. There's the Eye of Agamotto, tries to get Monster, but there's the Lunar ults popped at exactly the same time on both sides. Keizu and Monster keeping them going, and here goes the punny trying to make something happen. Gets 1, gets 2, Can he get third? And this looks good for the red team now. All of a sudden, they can get back in on this point off the back of a great Punisher ult. Sorry, I needed a drink. And that's some great work from the red to stall that out. And that's sometimes what happens when you get too greedy. But there's the TP already from the blue for the final contest, probably, of this game. The switch to the Wolverine is really good, though. It's really smart. Manages to kidnap that Strange, make it really difficult. But already triggered the passive, so they're going to have to be a little bit careful here on that one. You see the Luna keeping everyone up here on the back line. But the picks are coming in for the red team. The rocket ult down to try and keep them in this as the rocket is just pounding them, using this damage boost to great effect. Gets a double off the back of it. And this is a DPS rocket that we're seeing right now. But as a result, the rest of his team are kind of going down because where is the healing? It's non-existent. The Luna is having to pick up the slack on that one. And they're going down one by one as Matsumi gets a nice double pick, chasing these supports out. And what a comeback from the red team. Unbelievable work. We might have a game on our hands right here. I think that's a little bit of a throw, if I'm honest, right there from the blue. I think they got themselves a little too caught up in spawn holding them and getting the TP out. The Hulk didn't manage to cancel it, so this can be a quite tricky point. Lots of mobility serves them very well here on the blue side for this one, I think. Groot's going to have a bit of a harder time controlling this, but immediately the TP coming out, trying to get into the backside. That's a cool use of the that's a cool use of the TP, trying to isolate these backliners, but great freeze from the Luna on Monster to pick off that Scholar, which was not ready for that one. And that's going to give him some freebie walk-in right here. As you see, Biggie still holding on to this whale. Has not used it yet. And there we go. Finally drops the hammer. Gets one. It's really nice. The Exile kind of saves the Groot, though. On that. And here's the Eye of Agamotto. Big from Matsumi. Gets everybody on this backside. Trying to pick off this rocket, but the rocket is way too squirrely. You're not going to get that one. And the Wolverine going in gets a great ultimate. Takes out the Groot. And this is a really great Wolverine switch. We talked about how good it is into the Strange, but also on the Groot as well. These tanks are going to have to make some hard switches. And we see that immediately is take that switches to the Emma to try and deal with this Wolverine. Lots of ults to work with. The Luna with theirs. Punisher rocking theirs as well. And look out for the Scarlet. The Scarlet needs to stay alive, though. If she dies, they're not going to get much done. Great hidey hole spot, though. But still really low on HP. Can they make it to their Luna? But the Luna's in damage boost. Oh, the Luna, no! In damage boost cannot save their Scarlet Witch, who was looking for it and was not switching fast enough. And that's a big throw from the Luna, unfortunately. Maybe they just didn't know, but that's a huge throw. And that allows the blue team to get in and hold this point. You hate to see it. Biggie with another major flop. Looking for an angle here. Might go down, though. Gets a bit greedy and throwing those squids out. And maybe that's enough to let the red team in, as Wolverine is also really low. Triggers that passive. Here goes the Pure Chaos finally. It could be big. Doesn't get anyone, though. Everyone hides behind the pillar, so kind of got a dip and switch as we see Monster on this Luna popping that ult. Keeping everyone stalled on point. Great pickoff, though. And this is what they need. Two great pickoffs from the red team. But Full Moon and Large Doodoo coming back into it with picks of their own. Can the flop make any difference here? Are they going to drop it? Big E already in trouble on this Namor. He's going to have to back out. He's probably going to get chased here. Trying to work his way around as blue team have lost the point. As we see, great kidnap from the Wolverine. That's unreal. How does he get past the punny? No passive, though, to speak of, so it does go down. And the healers are patty caking, trying to keep each other alive. Doing a great job. This Scarlet Witch has got to be careful. They're going to go down eventually. So many ults to work with. Someone's got to drop some ults. There's a big Eye of Agamotto in the backline from Matsumi. Gets the pick that they needed on Monster. The rocket ult goes down to try and keep them in this. Use that damage boost to try and keep them up, but they're going to go down as well. And this is what happens when you hold on to ults too long. Behind the Strange Shield, the cheese strat. We see this all the time. It's a lot to get through while being pummeled by this Punisher. And it's going to make it really hard for them to get in. And eventually, they're going to have to try and deal with this position. And the bullets run out, and here's go time. There's the whale, but doesn't really get anyone. The invis ult goes down over the top of it. The Eye of Agamotto is big, but the invis ult is already there to save them. He goes down, gets res by the rocket res, and here goes the Hulk in big form, but eventually goes down. The Scarlet Witch is pummeling them. Baby Hulk is going to go down immediately, and this is looking really bad for the blue team as the pickoffs keep coming for the red. No one is touching this punny, who is just completely free to deal all the damage from the backside. There's still a Scarlet Witch ult as well to play with. This looks really bad for the blue side. Do they have a TP to get back in here? Because someone's got to keep touching, and they're going to go down, and I don't think anyone's going to make it. Someone is there. I don't know who that was, but there is OT. It is the Hulk. He needs to stay on this. Use that bubble to stay alive. Try and keep bouncing around this point. Give his team time to get in. But he goes down and, oh, he just makes it as Baby Hulk. And there we go. The red team do a great job of holding on to that. And that's a straight 2-0 from the team red. That's what happens when you hold on to ults for too long. Let that be a lesson. Hi, Daddy. We're watching viewer games. I cast viewer games on Tuesdays. But thanks for sharing that, dude. Thanks for sharing a replay. Thank you to Cody for dropping this VOD for us and letting us review this as we launch in. Cody poking and prodding, Emma getting in those front lines. And they switch to the mag, actually, on Vectors. The Venom gets frozen. That's actually a really nice freeze. Can the Venom get out? They do, as Cody in this backline using this animation cancel on this Warlock to great effect, making sure that that Venom cannot just sit and damage that backline. Emma going in, really nice grab, gets the kill and trades all around. Cody with the res, Mimi with the res, Fireball's getting the pick as well, and this looks really good for Team A if they can keep up, but they are down a healer. Snipesy getting Mimi as well as Fireballs in this front line on this Venom, making light work of the rest of Team B as we are still stalling on this point. No one has taken it yet. Jeff ult already from Runkler is crazy work. How have they got that already? They target the Luna, getting the Swallow. Looking to throw them off. Is that going to be enough? And it is. Cookie goes off, unfortunately, and we look to Snipsy here with that ult. Can they pull it off? Trying to match Starlord for Starlord. Playing around the tree, looking for the angle. There he goes, gets the angle. Doesn't look like he's going to get anyone. Does actually get Little Boros, which is a great pickoff. Looking for anybody else, gets the double, and that's going to be a really nice first take from the blue side on Team B. Having to invest that Starlord ult to do it, but there was nothing else for the rest of Team A to combat. So ult economy looking good for both sides as we see Crime coming up on one. On this cap, we see Strange with their Agamotto. Jeff with Riddles holding on to theirs, and Cody with a big potential res. As you see on the other side, 4 as well. Mimi coming up on their ult. So expect a bit of an ult dump here. As you see Blue taking a very forward position. Luna forced to drop theirs on Valkyrie. Sorry if I'm not getting the right person. As they walk themselves in onto point. Allows them to contest as Little Boros and Vectors both pop theirs as well. Getting no value from that Starlord ult, though. That's going to be really difficult now for Team A to try and push in on this. It's kind of all on the Venom, I think, here. Oh, Mimi to soak and then res off the back of it. As we see Blue Team still holding on. Cody getting a really nice pick off on Little Boros. Cookie as well. Gets the pick on Vectors. 2 pickoffs already. That is my front door. I will have to pause and be right back. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. So as we lock back in here, Cody still holding on to this res, not having to use it really at all, and 3 ults for Team A. We need to see this Jeff getting some big value of this. I would like to see a little combo here between this Venom as well. Using that ult, they need to try and get some picks. Stall out, and there we go. There's the Born Again from Cody. Very preemptively expecting just for the Emma, actually, but that might be enough to keep them up as they're going down one by one. Vectors with a really nice pickoff. Cody getting the res on Snipsy as well, as that res was already up and ready. And here we go. Runkler on this Jeff, looking for the Swallow. Gets loads of them. He gets 4, but over the top dies to the Starlord ult. Managing to pick him off, and there's a really nice timing. Mimi with the res gets 2 reses off 3, including themselves, and that might be enough to keep them in it. Valkyrie as well on this Luna. popping their ult to keep them in it, and Riddles with a nice couple of kills off the back of their Jeff ult. As you see, Blue still holding on in OT, and they take point number 1. Really hard for Team A to get back in there once Team B had got position. And I feel like this happens a lot on this point. As soon as you get that forward position, it's very difficult to get in unless you kind of go up and round the back. So really good hold from Team B on that one. Let's see if this can be really effective. I wonder if this is to try and peel for the cap as well. And try and make this cap a little more nervous about diving their backline with an Iron Fist in their face. And we'll see how that works out. Ult economy-wise, we're looking at Cookie on a Luna ult. And Fireball still holding on to this Venom. And there we go. Immediately pops it. Tries to get the pick off on Cookie, but can't quite get it. As he's just going to sit in this front line and soak with the Soul Bond going out as well to keep everybody pushing forward. And there we go. Forcing out the Luna ult from Cookie to put on a show and keep dancing. But Vectors gets a really nice pick off on Cody. There's the res already used. As you see, Eye of Agamotto gets a good sitting in the back. 3 of them, I believe, only picks off 1 in the end. The Jevil goes off Runkler, only swallowing the Luna. And again, just targeting that Luna. A time and time again, Cookie has got to feel bad about that one. That's the second time they've been solo ulted. Runkler is saying, get out of my game. The Cheaper Town Hall goes off from Mimi. Trying to see if they can get any value. Focusing in on these tanks, as you would expect from the Iron Fist. Gets the pick off on Alcazar as well. Crime goes down to the Magneto. It's both tanks down, and that should be a good take from Team A as the percentage starts to go in their favor. Mimi chasing down this Star-Lord. Does not want to give him any freebies. This could be a really nice stagger if they get him. And there we go. He's just dancing around, somehow still alive. How is that Star-Lord still alive? Snipesy eventually goes down, and that's going to be a good stagger timing as Riddles and Cody looking with their ults on this top side. Little Boris as well with the res for Team A. And Fireballs again already, after just using it, has already got this Venom ult. And he drops down, poking this backline. And again, Cookie is getting focused. The Emma Slam to dissuade all of that, as we've seen Alcazar switch back to that Emma to try and help deal with this Venom, who is making an absolute nuisance of themselves in this backline. And these duo supports got to keep each other alive. There goes the Paddock Cake, and we've got Riddles picking off the Adam, not afraid to go for these solo Jeff ults, which is kind of wild. We don't really see this very often. But Alcazar goes down as well. Mimi with Crime. Riddles gets that pick on Little Burrows. Cody with that res picks up the res, and here comes the fear. Magneto gets Cody once again. Snipsy gets the kill. Alcazar going with that Emma. Snow Bunny mind control. Cookie over the top as well. Have dropped their Lunar ult. Snipsy's looking, and there we go. I was going to call it out, but he pops it anyway. Vectors is looking very low, goes down, and I think this is going to be a bit of a wash for the blue side as they take back the point after kind of ult dumping a lot of commitment into that to pick up the point, but they kind of had to. 78% on the board. It was kind of now or never to use that when they had the advantage. And as we see, Runkler and Little Burrow still holding on to theirs. I wonder if Runkler decides for another solo ult on Cookie. This might be a little rivalry we see going on here. You see them stalling out this top side, waiting for everyone to come back in. A little brawling up top, trying to poke and prod. Cap getting in their face, being pretty annoying as we see. Where the hell is Riddles? He is completely in their backside. Cookie gets a really nice pick on Vectors, and immediately the res goes out. Manages to get it off just before they go down as well. The self-res to keep them up, but they're going to have to dip. Little Boros in trouble, keeping himself alive with the heals. The Soul Bond goes out. He's getting very low, but keeps himself up somehow. And the res goes off. Runkler with that Jeff ult as well gets 2 this time, but Cookie once again targeted by this Jeff non-stop, and they are having such a difficult time staying alive. And honestly, it's really working out for Team A. They are getting the percentage back in their favor. It's 85%. We see Alcazar already getting the TP ready to get back onto point, as we see so very often in these very high-level games. In fact, in most games when you have the time to TP back onto point, as we get the recontest, give themselves a little out as well by turning that portal around. It's a nice little trick for any of you strange mains out there. And we see ults being popped all over the place. We see the Cheaper Town Hall going off as well as the Lunar ult. over the top of it, trying to damage boost and help get pushed through. Cookie once again going down, and now is the time for Team B as Snipsy pops the stall all over the top. Doesn't seem to be getting any kills, but they're all so low. Can they finish them off? Their solo Riddles and Crime do get the pickoffs off the back of it, and it looks like Team A are going to have to retreat and regroup and try and take this final fight on this percentage. They're still trying to fight the site, but it looks like they just got to back off and allow it to happen as Cody gets a nice double as well off the back of that. And a good fight for Team B. This is close. It's all going to come down to this last fight. We look at the ultimates here. Alcazar with that Eye of Agamotto. Cookie with the song and dance from Luna. That's definitely not what it's called, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now because brain is braining. Runkler nearly got another Jeff ult as well. And I'm sure we're going to see Luna get targeted by that. No doubt. See poking and prodding a little bit from Mimi on that Iron Fist. And there's the Eye of Agamotto on the top side. Gets two. That's a huge couple of picks from Alcazar. And I think he's going to have to trigger the change to Strange immediately from one of them to try and get back in on this point, because otherwise it's all said and done. Snipsy as well gets the picks, and this might be it unless they can get back in. We see Tiny Valkyrie automatically switch into that Strange. Can they get it off in time? And they can't. It's 100%, and that is a 2-0 sweep from Team B. What a great comeback in that game. Unbelievable work from that Strange to finish that off with a nice Eye of Agamotto, and those Jeff ults targeting the supports seem to work out really well. But that was a great game. Thank you for sharing. And I'm going to take a little breath. And there we see the power of Jeff as well. I think this is when we say Jeff is really strong. This is what we're talking about. I think Jeff is insanely good right now. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was cool. Thanks for casting. No, thank you for sharing, Cody. I appreciate it very much. The idea of the comp is taking as many angles. You set the Adam Luna up and have Shark tanking flanks to spit through the entire team. Oh, taking flanks. Oh, so is that why we saw Riddles like sitting behind them, like on that high ground and stuff? The idea being that they spit through their backline into your line as well. Interesting. I'm guessing was that. So my question would be, Cody, I suppose, is that map specific because there's a lot of angles on that map? Because I would imagine in some of the more enclosed domination, like Hell's Heaven, that would be a bit more difficult to pull off. But Krakoa is kind of it's a bit more open. So I can see that working a lot better on that map for sure.